Today we are going to be discussing a citation that the Illinois Department of Public Health recently issued to Glenview Terrace Nursing Home after a resident fell from a lift during a transfer and suffered multiple fractures. My name is Barry Doyle. I'm a lawyer in Skokie practicing nursing home abuse and neglect work throughout the state of Illinois. I'm also the author of Built to Fail, a free report available for download from my website, which spells out how the nursing home business model inevitably produces unnecessary injuries and deaths for nursing home residents. Mechanical lifts are a great tool for transferring residents in a nursing home as long as they're used properly. And the key to this, of course, is that they are used properly. Proper use of a mechanical lift requires the use of two staff members to transfer a resident. It allows one one staff member to actually operate the controls of the lift, while the other resident steadies the resident in the sling while the transfer is taking place. In this particular case, we had a resident who was wheelchair bound, and her care plan called for transferring her by use of a mechanical lift. In this particular case, when the accident took place, there was a single CNA who was operating the mechanical lift trying to transfer the resident from wheelchair to bed. While that happened, the resident began to swing in the sling. The lift became unbalanced, and the lift began to topple over, and the resident fell to the ground. As a result of hitting the floor, the resident suffered fractures to her sacrum as well as multiple vertebral fractures. So in other words, she broke her back and a portion of her pelvis as a result of this particular fall occurring during this unsafe transfer. The resident's care plan called for the use of two staff in transferring the resident by mechanical lift. In this particular case, since there was only one aide participating in the transfer, this was a violation of the resident care plan. The aide who was involved in this also had been trained that all transfers were supposed to be done with the assistance of two staff members. This was a violation of her training. It's not entirely clear from the text of the citation why the aide decided to proceed with the transfer on her own instead of getting a second staff member, but often this is closely associated with the nursing home being understaffed, that the staff members have simply too much work to get done to wait for a second staff member to help them, and they press forward and take a risk which they really shouldn't. In this particular case, that risk didn't pay off for the resident. The resident fell and suffered some really pretty significant injuries that were very, very avoidable. I hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions regarding this or any other nursing home abuse and neglect issue, please feel free to reach out to us. Our number is 312-263-1080, or we can be reached on the internet at www.accidentlawillinois.com. Thanks for watching.